Okay, Frank, let's move on to Tyson Fury. Last week, you guys sent a formal offer to Matchroom for a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua September 2nd here in the UK. We've just learnt today they haven't accepted that. They're going to do something else. What was the reasoning?
Well, you've got to ask them what the reasoning was. I mean, we made the offer because Tyson wants to fight.
Stop it.
He's made, I think he's done a couple of sort of postings in the last few weeks, that's for sure. And I spoke with him about it, and he said that he wanted to fight. We sent the offer, Queensbury sent an offer to Matchroom. My son George then spoke with Eddie Hearn last week, who said he would come back to him. And George met yesterday with his management company, 258, and his team going to wait for Saudi. I know he's supposed to be fighting sometime in August, but they don't want to fight Tyson.
So it's not waiting for Saudi then?
And they made that very clear. And look, that's their choice. He said, I think it was a month or so ago in an interview I see with AJ, where he said he's in this for the money. That's what he's in it for. And obviously the money, for as far as they feel, the money for them is in Saudi. And that's why they're waiting for that fight over there. Tyson's made it very clear he wants to fight fight the best. He wants the fights to take place in the UK.
Stop it.
So, all this
Stop, Frank, you're killing me here, man.
He could be Saudi, and that's why they're waiting for that fight over there. Tyson's made it very clear he wants to fight, fight the best. He wants the fights to take place in the UK.
I'll bet.
All this about Tyson being greedy, he could probably make more money in Saudi Arabia, but he's not prepared to wait. He wants the fights now.
Stop it.
And as I say, the offer was based upon the same terms that both parties agreed last December, but which unfortunately didn't take place because...
Anyway, waffling. What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, before we get on to today's topic, I just want to say, in the next few days, 100% a video will be coming. Tyson Fury plans to structurally duck Usyk, bottom line. Yeah, Frank Warren setting the scene. Oh, he don't want to fight in Saudi. He don't want to, it's London or nothing. Yeah? This is the man who... but why be he fight in London? He fight bums in London. Yeah, what big fights has Tyson Fury had in London? Dillian White, come on. Yeah, Mr. Hit me on the chin and my ankle will go. Come on, let's get serious here. Yeah? He ain't made no big fights in London. I wouldn't mind. Never mind clout. Yeah, I don't care about clout. For example, I think Zhang does a better job with Fury than AJ would. So F the clout. If Tyson Fury really cared about making the best fights and not about the money for him, he don't want to go Saudi, Zhang could have been in the ring. Yeah? Easiest fight to make ever. Joe, we're going to pay you $1 million or $2 million for what it's worth. Why not? $1 million. Sit down somewhere. Guaranteed guaranteed run back with whoever. The winner. Simple. All Frank has to do is one of two things at this point. Number one. AJ don't want to fight. Boom. Here's Tyson Fury's signed contract. Why not August? Yeah? And bear in mind as well, this is now the third time, at least, maybe even more, but for sure the third in recent years. Third time for what? Well, it's the third time, don't forget, December 2020 to May 2021, that was the first 6-month period AJ went back and forth with this clown. He pulled out. Second time, last year, September 22, he messed around for a month or two for Fury to fight Chisora. So my point is, if you're genuine about wanting to make an AJ fight, it's pretty simple. Listen, AJ, we understand, whether it was our fault or not, we understand we've played around with you a lot. Yeah? You want to fight in August. That's the least we can do. Fury was only trying to set a September date up anyway. So I'm guessing Team AJ, their narrative is, we're not taking a risk again of sitting around until September for this guy or negotiating around. Because think about it. If the fight was to happen, I believe AJ's scheduled date is August 12th. If AJ wants to fight on August 12th, that gives us how many weeks? So we've got the whole of June, whole of July, and half of August. There's probably 11 weeks in there. Certainly 10. 10, 11 weeks in that period. Relevance? Well, if Tyson Fury is desperate for this fight, and he wants to fight the best, and he wants this one, Scrap September and say, listen, AJ. And if Fury came out publicly and said this, listen, I've signed an April or August 12th date with AJ. Whatever's happened in the past is the past. I want to get rid of all their concerns. Let's do it. That's all he has to do. But the thing with Fury is, he always find a way. And I think that's, well, I've said before, that's part of their shtick. Oh, wait there a minute. It makes sense now. It makes sense why Fury didn't call out AJ a month ago. Because it was only after, let's not forget this, people. For a long time, the narrative was, AJ's going to sit around and wait for December. Then Team AJ come out and say, we're going to fight Dillian White in August. Then Fury jumps into the mix. Oh, I'll fight you in September. What? You know, AJ's been working on an August date for the last month. So why would you suddenly spring up talking about September for, if you want to fight? And it's not like, if it was July, but there's 11, 12 weeks. Fury's allegedly already in camp or whatever. So don't tell me 11 weeks ain't enough. And even if it wasn't enough for AJ or whoever, Fury could come out and say, listen, I don't want no excuses. August 12th, you're going to fight Dillian White, or it can be me. Or here's the contract. Don't start changing things. Fury doesn't have any credibility at this point to be changing things. A man who be fighting the best and fighting consistently and not pulling out, that's the other risk as well. To be honest, that's why I've said, or key reason I've said, Team AJ need to forget about Fury full stop until they've run out of options. For example, fight Dillian White, fight Wilder, and then mess around. If you've got to mess around with Fury, why not? You've got nothing to lose. But for now, if AJ's seriously training in Texas, don't be playing with that cornball. Yeah, he can wait until you've actually finished your real career. That's what I believe the play should be. Yeah, finish your real career, finish career mode, and then go into the exhibition mode with Fury. And if he wants to mess around, then you've got nothing to lose in that sense. So, where I'm going with this is that Fury, August 12th, no mention of it. I want to fight September. He picked any date. If AJ said he was fighting in October, I want to fight you in a month after. Or 6 months before. It's never easy, is it? And it's always when things are in place. And you can't blame AJ because, like I was about to say, Fury, even if you booked an August date, that's the other risk. Even if Fury came out and said, August 12th, let's fight, he pull out. He pull out for 6 months. Or for 3 months, however many months. I'm pretty sure, no. When he fought Wilder the third time, the fight was scheduled for July 2021, I want to say. And then he pull out. Gets rescheduled for November or October, 4 months later. And there was a load of skepticalness around that pullout. So what are we doing here? So you wait there a minute. You not only want AJ to reschedule his August bout for September. You then want him to take that time. And what's Fury doing in that time? Between now and September, which would be 15 weeks, what's he doing in that time that it can't be August? I'll tell you what you're doing. Yeah? He bugging. And no doubt there'll be something that go wrong in that time. For me, if I'm fighting Fury, I want as least time as possible. So at least things can go wrong. So he can go on as least amount of a madness as possible. But you can't, look at the guy. In the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks, he's called out and made, the mad thing is, it's one thing speculation. Fury came out and said, this is my next opponent. It was these Australian guys. That's completely fell off now. Bob Arum came out, Tyson Fury don't know what he's doing. You want Team AJ to take a leap of faith in this madness. Come on. Every single time we want Zhang, oh, he busy. We want Ruiz, he busy. I've never heard of something so rubbish. I've never heard of... Bear in mind, Tyson Fury is more or less the biggest fight in heavyweight boxing right now. And he's got a belt. I don't believe for a minute Ruiz, Zhang, AJ, everyone. And amazing. For the first time in history, really, the guy who's the money guy and the guy with the belt can't get a fight. Come on now, people. And realistically, Fury is not a scary fight to have. It's not like he scared people off after going 12 rounds with Chisora, 11 rounds with Chisora, and the referee jumping in to save his KO ratio. Do you know what I mean? Come on now. If anything, I'll be looking at that saying, you know what? I mean, after Wilder made Tyson and Fury look like Thanos. Yeah? Thanos in the flesh. Just punching dude up. But Chisora brought things back to reality. Fury has 3 fights with Chisora, never stopped him. Well, sorry, no, he stopped him, but it was blunt. Both of the last 2 fights were blunt stoppages. Referee stoppages, nothing clean. You know what I mean? Now's the time. Now, if anything, if there's ever a time, people want Fury, it's now, but allegedly, AJ don't want it. AJ, the mad thing is, and that's what I mean, AJ back in, 2019, before Ruiz took his soul, AJ had 3 belts. And he was saying to Fury, I think Fury had no belts at that point. And he was saying to Fury, I'll do 50-50. I'll do 50-50 with 3 belts. Complete madness. And now you're telling me AJ, who kind of half washed up, half finished, he don't want to fight Fury for a belt. Come on. And I also find it weird that, I mean, maybe it's me being whatever, but where's Fury's contract in the air? I want to see it. I want to see him locked in. Yeah? I'd like to, bottom line. I also want some pull out. If I was Team AJ, I'd say, listen, it's August, or even if it was September. But then again, if AJ wants to fight in December, it's not realistic. But like I said, this is how they operate. Frank Warren knew. Team Fury knew he busy. Yeah? They've been negotiating with the Saudis themselves, so they know what's going on. They know that AJ and... In fact, it makes perfect sense now. I've been waffling for 10 minutes about September, but I know why Fury picked September now. It wasn't just because it's after August. Fury know. Oh, AJ's got a fight locked in with Wilder in December. So I'll say a stupid month, like September. Never going to happen. No fighter ever is going to go from a Fury fight to a Wilder fight. Never going to happen. Fury know that. Again, if Fury really wanted to make this fight, why not pitch? Hey AJ, I know you're probably fighting in December. Let's do it in end of July. That would have been a pitch. Because then Fury can come out and say, listen, you were going to fight in August. I can give you the August date or better. Yeah? That's encouraging. Fury's trying to make it happen. Fury could then be out and say, listen AJ, well, you're about to fight Dillian in August, so why not fight me in the end of July or middle of August? That in a way limits the amount of, not excuses, but it limits Fury's running place. Why come out with September? And you know what Fury's like? If Fury says September, that means September 25th as well. Mad. And these guys, like, we know where this is going, people. We know where it's going. It's going to a bum, for sure. I'm not even going to bother saying if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I ain't going to say nothing. It's going to be a bum. I'm not wrong. Fury know it. They know it. Bob Arum knows it. Frank Warren deep in his soul knows it. But listen, Tyson Fury bailed out Box Nation, essentially. Frank and Queensberry, the whole shtick. So I understand, well, yeah, to some extent I understand why Frank Warren's chilling. But it's just loose at this point. And when you look at the views of these videos, look here, Seconds Out, for example, 3 hours ago, 2K, no one interested anymore. Fury's almost single-handedly killed the game, truth be known. I think after that Usyk situation, that had quite a lot of hype behind it back in, February or whatever. And since then, it just fell off. People are, I mean, look at the UFC. UFC channels go to the moon. Because, yeah, all the big, I mean, to be fair, 95% of the big fights happen. And even when the big fights don't happen, you get something that's half decent. You never get Tyson. Derek Chisora was like number 19 rank. You never get Habib or John Jones versus number 19. This never happens. Never. You never get. It's always a champion versus top 3. And because the UFC is a unified championship, it's literally the purest. The UFC is essentially like the WBC, IBF, WBO, and WBA coming together and having a league. Tyson Fury can't even fight top 5 dudes in his own quarter section. Yeah, the WBC is a quarter section. So really, if you fight number 20, that means you're fighting a top 80 rank in the UFC. Just think about that for a second. Tyson Fury stay fighting top 80 ranks if you were to put all the belts together. That's why ain't no one was watching his rubbish. Yeah? And if I was Tyson Fury and his team, I mean, it's never going to happen, but they should really come out and say, listen, people, man, you won't hear much from us. We're going to start speaking with our actions. Frank Warren later on in this interview goes on to say, well, you know, people are hating on Fury and this. Listen, Fury's done nothing for himself. At what point does a man start carrying his own weight? Let me stop waffling. Let me stop talking about I'm fighting in Australia. Let me just show people. Yeah? And it wouldn't take long. That's what I'm saying. Well, this is the proof for me that Fury's 100% fighting a bump. If Fury had any intention, I mean, the whole narrative coming, or they've already started it. You can see it here. Joyce first, it's been in other interviews in the last few days. Frank Warren's come out and said, yeah, we're looking at the Zhang fight. Yeah? Bearing in mind, we've just been here. It's mad. We've just been here 5 weeks ago. Oh, we're looking at Zhang. We're looking at options for Zhang. Well, you looked at options for Zhang 5 weeks ago. Joe activated the rematch clause. Nothing's happened since then. And now you're saying, oh, we're looking at Zhang again. Yeah? My point? Well, if Team Fury were ever looking at fighting Zhang, guess what they'd do? They wouldn't be in the video 5 weeks apart saying this is what we're looking to do. They'd have put an email out last week and said, listen, Joe, do you want to step aside? Yeah? And then they could have come back in the last few days, rather than saying, oh, we're looking into Zhang. They could have said, last week, behind closed doors, we sent Joe Joyce a step aside offer. And his said no, or his said yes. That's what you come with. You come with something. You don't say, oh, we were talking to Zhang 5 weeks ago, and we're still talking to Zhang, or we're looking to talk to Zhang again. That tells you they ain't talking to Zhang. Yeah? I don't know what they're doing. It is a true mess, though. It's one of the I said it earlier. Tyson Fury single-handedly ruining the game. I mean, the game's been ruined, in all fairness, but taking it to a whole new level, literally single-handedly killing the sport. And all I can say to people is that people won't listen, but no one. If Tyson Fury ain't fighting Zhang, Ruiz, Usyk, any one of them ones, don't buy it. Don't turn up. The stadium should be empty. Yeah? What are you buying it for? What are you turning up for? To support what? All he doing is extracting 20 million bucks out of your pockets and putting his own for nothing. There's no risk. But yeah, salute to AJ. Well, I'll say salute, but fair play to him for, I mean, is it even fair play? Either way, they could have, well, I guess they've got the Wilder money coming, so that's their play at the moment. So yeah, but I guess AJ could have cucked himself and rolled over and just tried to beg it some more. So focus on your own career, yeah? Focus on White or whoever is in August. I don't even necessarily think it should be White. I think that AJ should have a middle fight. Who would be a good middle fight for AJ? White. To be fair, in all honesty, White probably a middle fight. Truth be known, but I still think that makes more sense after Wilder knocked him out. If Wilder knocks out AJ, then the White fight kind of levels out in that sense, because AJ will be truly washed then. You know what I mean? Why take the risk? No, AJ might beat Wilder, but still, the Dillian White fight there. What you don't want to do, I mean, you're going to beat Dillian White anyway. Well, you'd think so. I don't know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell 100%.